The night sky above the Alaskan research station lit up with strange colors. Samantha Green looked up from her microscope and blinked. After 12 hours of studying soil samples, her eyes needed a break. But the dancing lights outside her window. Weren't her tired eyes playing tricks? "That's not the northern lights," she whispered to herself. Samantha grabbed her heavy coat and rushed outside. The cold air bit at her face as she stared upward. A large object trailing smoke and fire cut across the night sky. It was moving too slow to be a meteor and too erratic to be a plane. The object crashed with a boom that shook the ground beneath her feet. It landed just beyond the ridge, about 2 miles from her research station. Samantha ran back inside and grabbed her emergency pack, a satellite phone, and the keys to the snowmobile. Her 3 colleagues were away at the main base, restocking supplies. She was alone, but something told her this couldn't wait. The snowmobile engine roared to life. Samantha followed the trail of smoke that rose above the trees. Her heart pounded in her chest. As a xenobiologist, she had spent her life studying extreme life forms on Earth, always wondering if alien life existed. Now, something told her she might get her answer. When she reached the crash site, Samantha gasped. A sleek ship about the size of a small airplane had carved a deep trench in the snow and earth. It wasn't like any aircraft she had ever seen. The metal had an odd purple-blue shine, and there were no visible windows or doors. As she approached carefully, a section of the hull slid open. Samantha froze. Her scientific curiosity fought with her survival instinct. A tall figure emerged, unfolding from the opening. It stood at least 7 feet tall, with a body that reminded Samantha of a praying mantis, but with 4 arms instead of 2. Its exoskeleton shimmered with iridescent colors that shifted in the moonlight. Behind the first figure, 5 more similar creatures appeared. They moved with grace despite their injuries. One was leaking a glowing blue fluid from its leg. Another had a cracked section on what appeared to be its chest. The first creature approached Samantha and raised its upper set of hands in what seemed like a peaceful gesture. It wore what looked like armor and carried a small device in one of its lower hands. It pressed something on the device, and a soft humming filled the air. "Human," the creature said, its voice mechanical and clearly coming from the device. "We seek assistance. We come with urgent warning." Samantha swallowed hard. Years of scientific training hadn't prepared her for this moment. "Who are you?" she managed to ask. The creature made a series of clicking sounds before the device translated. "I am Queen Zixara of the Nixari Collective. These are my crew. We have traveled far to reach your world." Samantha noticed that this one had more elaborate markings on its exoskeleton and stood slightly taller than the others. "Why have you come here?" Samantha asked, trying to keep her voice steady. Queen Zixara's compound eyes reflected the moonlight. "We flee from the Void Armada, destroyers of worlds. They pursue us. They will come here next." One of the injured Nexari stumbled forward, clicking rapidly. The translation device caught up. "They have destroyed 12 civilizations in the past. Cycle, we tried to stop them, failed, barely escaped." Samantha's mind raced. "Why Earth? Why here?" "Your world has been noticed," Queen Zixara explained. "The Void Armada harvests resources and enslaves species. Your planet is rich with both. How much time do we have?" Samantha asked. "Days, perhaps weeks," another Nexari answered through the device. This one had what looked like technical tools attached to its armor. "Our ship's drive core is damaged. We cannot leave to draw them away." Queen Zixara moved closer to Samantha. "Human, we have information about the Void Armada, weaknesses, tactics, but we are few and injured. Our ship needs repairs. Will you help us?" Samantha looked at the damaged ship and the injured aliens. If they were telling the truth, Earth was in terrible danger. If they were lying, but why would they crash their ship and injure themselves for a lie? "I don't have the resources to help you here," Samantha said, "but I know someone who might." She pulled out her satellite phone. Her fingers trembled slightly as she dialed a number she hadn't called in years. "Who do you contact?" Queen Zixara asked. "An old friend," Samantha replied as the phone rang. He works for a special division of our military. If anyone can help us, it's him. After 3 rings, a deep voice answered. Harris. Bill, it's Sam. Green. There was a pause. Sam, it's been, 3 years? Everything okay? Samantha looked at the alien queen and her injured crew. Not exactly. I need your help. It's the kind of situation your team was created for. Sam, what's going on? His voice turned serious. I'm at my research station in Alaska. I have visitors, not from around here. Way not from around here. They're injured, their ship is damaged, and they say Earth is about to be attacked by something called the Void Armada. The line went silent for a moment. Are you safe? Yes, they're peaceful. They need our help, Bill, and if they're telling the truth, we're going to need yours. She heard Captain William Harris take a deep breath. Give me your exact coordinates. Don't tell anyone else about this. Keep them hidden. I'll be there in 4 hours with a team. Thanks, Bill. And Sam? Document everything, but be careful. After hanging up, Samantha turned to Queen Zixara. Help is coming. Let's get you and your crew somewhere warmer while we wait. The alien queen made a gesture that might have been a bow. Your kindness will not be forgotten, human Samantha Green. When the Void Armada comes, your world will need warriors. The strongest fighters your planet can offer. Samantha led the aliens toward the research station. Don't worry, the man I just called knows exactly who to bring. As they walked through the snow, one of the Nexari looked up at the stars. They are coming. I can feel it. Samantha followed. Its gaze to the night sky, wondering how soon those peaceful stars would bring destruction to Earth, and if humanity was ready for what was coming. In a classified facility in Nevada, Captain William Harris was already making calls, activating a protocol that had been created for exactly this kind of situation. Earth's mightiest warriors were about to be assembled. Captain William Harris ended his call with Samantha and immediately dialed a secure number. His mind raced with memories from 5 years ago, when his team had discovered that strange metal object in the Atacama Desert. The higher-ups had told them it was just an unusual meteorite, but Bill knew better. Now he had proof. General Summers, a firm female voice answered. Ma'am, this is Captain Harris. We need to activate Thundershield. There was a pause on the line. Are you certain? Captain? Yes, ma'am. My contact at the Alaskan Research Station has confirmed first contact. They're warning of an imminent threat to Earth. I'll notify the President, General Patricia Summers replied. Assemble your team. You have full authorization. Bill hung up and stared at the wall of photographs in his office. Each picture showed a different man or woman, the special operators he had personally selected and trained for a day he hoped would never come. He pressed a red button under his desk. Within 30 seconds, his office door opened, and a tall woman with short brown hair entered. Lieutenant Martinez, Bill nodded. It's time. Olivia Martinez's eyes widened slightly. Thundershield? Yes, contact the others. We leave in 1 hour. While Martinez made calls, Bill opened a locked cabinet and removed 6 metal cases. Each contained specialized equipment designed after studying the alien technology from the Atacama, one by one. The team arrived at the hangar. Sergeant Gary Peterson came first, his muscular frame filling the doorway. The experimental treatments had made him stronger than any normal human, but they had also left strange marks across his skin. Dr. Richard Johnson arrived next, carrying a tablet computer filled with his notes on alien tech. As a former NASA engineer, he had the best chance of understanding the visitor's spacecraft. Kate Wilson hurried in, already wearing her communication gear. The small implant behind her ear allowed her to interface with almost any technology they had tested. Last came Corporal Frank Murphy, moving so quietly that most people wouldn't notice him until he spoke. His skin had a strange shimmer to it, the result of the photoreactive camouflage graphs. Is this it? Peterson asked, looking around at the small group. Just the 5 of us against an alien armada? We'll recruit more if needed, Bill replied. But we're the only ones with the enhancements and training. The only ones who won't panic at first contact. A sleek black aircraft waited on the runway, a hypersonic transport that could reach Alaska in under an hour. As they boarded, Bill briefed them on what little he knew. The aliens call themselves the Nexari. Their queen and several crew members survived a crash landing. They're on the run from something called the Void Armada. And we're supposed to trust them? Murphy asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Bill shrugged. That's what we're going to find out. The aircraft took off with a roar, quickly reaching speeds that pressed them back into their seats. Dr. Johnson reviewed data on his tablet while the others checked their weapons and gear. I've been waiting for this day, Lieutenant Martinez said, her eyes bright with excitement. Ever since you showed us those metal fragments, I knew we weren't alone. Let's hope these aliens are actually friendly, Peterson muttered. My gut says we're walking into trouble. The aircraft landed at a small airstrip near Samantha's research station. As they disembarked, Bill saw her waiting beside a large truck. Sam, he said, embracing his old friend briefly. You look good. You look like you've been preparing for war, she replied, eyeing his team. Maybe I have been. Where are they? At the station. I've kept them hidden like you asked. The drive to the research station was tense and quiet. When they arrived, Bill ordered Murphy to secure the perimeter while the others followed Samantha inside. Queen Zixara stood in the center of the main room. Her tall, insect-like form made Peterson reach for his weapon before Bill gestured for him to stand down. I am Captain William Harris, Bill said, stepping forward. I understand you need our help. The alien queen's translation device hummed. Yes, human captain, and you will need ours. The Void Armada approaches. They will show no mercy. Lieutenant. Martinez circled the queen, studying her with fascination. How many ships in this armada? Hundreds, one of the other Nexari answered. This one had markings that suggested some kind of technical role. They will arrive in your system within days. Dr. Johnson approached the alien technician. Your ship, can it be repaired? With proper materials and assistance, yes, the Nexari replied. I am Engineer Kret. Our drive core is damaged but functional. Kate Wilson activated her communication implant. I'm detecting unusual signals from their translation device. It's using principles we haven't mastered yet. Bill turned to Samantha. What do you think, Sam? You spent the most time with them. I believe them, she said simply. Their injuries are real. Their fear is real. Queen Zixara stepped closer, her movements graceful despite her alien form. We have data on the Void Armada. Their ships, weapons, tactics. We can share this knowledge. And what do you want in return? Bill asked. Sanctuary. And your help defeating a common enemy. Bill considered this. I need to consult with my superiors. But first, I want to see your ship. The damaged Nexari vessel was even stranger than Bill had imagined. Its hull seemed to shift colors under different angles of light. Dr. Johnson was already examining the drive core with Engineer Kret, his face lit with excitement. This technology is decades beyond ours, he said when Bill approached. Maybe centuries. But I understand some of it from our Atacama samples. Kate connected her systems to the ship's computer with the aliens' permission. I'm downloading their data on the Void Armada now. Suddenly her face went pale. Captain, you need to see this. She projected images from her device. They showed massive black ships destroying entire planets, turning them into asteroid fields. These are recordings from 12 different star systems, she explained, all destroyed within the past year. Lieutenant Martinez studied the tactical displays. Their weapons are incredible. How are we supposed to fight this? Queen Zixara made a clicking sound that the translator didn't catch. Then she said, Alone, neither of us can win. Together we might survive? Bill's secure phone rang. It was General Summers? Harris satellite imagery just picked up multiple objects entering the outer solar system. Large objects moving fast. Bill looked at Queen Zixara, then at his team. They're already here. General, we need to move these aliens to a secure facility immediately. And we need to prepare Earth for war. As Bill ended the call, he turned to his team. Looks like we're about to find out if we deserve our title as Earth's mightiest warriors. Samantha touched his arm. What happens now? Now Bill said grimly. We gather everyone we can. Every enhanced soldier, every brilliant scientist, every skilled pilot, and we pray it's enough. Outside, the northern lights danced across the sky, peaceful and beautiful. Soon that same sky would be filled with the ships of the Void Armada, and Earth would face its greatest challenge. 3 days later, deep within an underground military facility in the Rocky Mountains, Samantha watched as humans and Nexari worked side by side. The large cavern buzzed with activity. Scientists examined alien technology. Soldiers trained with new weapons. Engineers worked on the repaired Nexari ship. General Summers had moved quickly. More special forces arrived hourly. Pilots, soldiers, and scientists, all with security clearances and all sworn to secrecy. Samantha approached Queen Zixara, who stood watching Dr. Johnson work on a strange device. Your Majesty, can I ask you something? The alien queen turned, her compound eyes toward Samantha. Of course, human Samantha. Why did you choose Earth? Out of all the planets you could have fled to? Queen Zixara made a series of soft clicks before her translator activated. We did not choose randomly. My scouts have observed your world for many cycles. Humans are ... interesting. Interesting how? Your adaptability, your resourcefulness. Most species follow predictable patterns. Humans surprise us. You solve problems in ways we would never consider. Across the room, Bill Harris entered with Lieutenant Martinez and 3 new arrivals pilots from the Air Force Special Operations. Captain Harris approaches, Queen Zixara noted. He reminds me of our warrior caste, direct, decisive. Bill nodded to Samantha and the Queen. We've got something. Dr. Johnson wants everyone in the main lab. They followed Bill through metal corridors until they reached a large room filled with screens and equipment. Dr. Johnson stood next to Engineer Kret, both looking excited. We've made a breakthrough, Dr. Johnson announced as everyone gathered. Kret and I discovered something about Nexari biotechnology. It can temporarily bond with human DNA. Sergeant Peterson crossed his arms. What does that mean in simple English? Doc, it means, Johnson said with a smile, we can give humans enhanced abilities. Strength, speed, healing, all far beyond normal human limits. The room went quiet. Bill stepped forward. You're talking about creating super soldiers. I prefer enhanced warriors, Johnson replied. But yes, the process lasts about 2 weeks before the body returns to normal. No permanent changes. Engineer Kret clicked rapidly. We Nexari evolve these enhancements naturally. Our warriors are born with them. For humans, we can create a temporary version. Lieutenant Martinez's eyes lit up. How much stronger? How much faster? Based on our tests, Johnson answered. About 5 times normal human strength and speed. And wounds heal in minutes instead of days. Bill turned to Queen Zixara. Why offer this? What's in it for you? The alien queen's posture changed slightly. Truth requires truth. We were not always enemies of the Void Armada. Once we were allies. Murmurs spread through the room. Samantha felt a chill run down her spine. We helped them conquer worlds, Queen Zixara continued, until we discovered their true purpose. They do not merely conquer, they consume. They use planets and their inhabitants as fuel for something greater. What changed? Bill asked. We rebelled. Most of my people died. My ship carries the last free Nexari. We seek redemption through alliance with your kind. Bill stared at the alien queen for a long moment. If we use this enhancement, what are the risks? Dr. Johnson stepped in. There's pain during the process. And the enhanced metabolism means you'll need to eat about 4 times the normal amount. But our tests show no lasting side effects. Kate Wilson, who had been quietly monitoring communications, spoke up. The Void Armada is now past Mars. We have maybe 2 days before they reach Earth orbit. Bill made his decision. We'll do it. My team first. If it works, we expand to the other special forces. The enhancement process began an hour later. Bill insisted on going first. He was strapped to a table as Engineer Kret prepared a glowing blue substance. This will hurt, the alien warned. But pain is temporary. When the blue substance entered Bill's bloodstream, he screamed. His back arched against the restraints. His veins glowed blue beneath his skin. Samantha turned away, unable to watch her friend suffer. But after 10 minutes, the screaming stopped. "Bill?" she asked, turning back. Captain William Harris sat up, snapping the metal restraints like they were made of paper. His eyes had a slight blue glow that faded as she watched. He looked at his hands in wonder. "I feel incredible," he said. "Like I've been half asleep my whole life until now." One by one, the others underwent the process. Each screamed. Each emerged stronger. By evening, all of Bill's original team had been enhanced. In the training room, they tested their new abilities. Peterson punched through a concrete wall without injury. Martinez moved so fast she was almost a blur. Murphy's camouflage abilities combined with the Nexari enhancements made him nearly invisible. Dr. Johnson enhanced himself, worked even faster on the weapons systems. Kate Wilson found she could interface with technology by touch alone. "We're still outnumbered," Bill said as they watched footage of the approaching Void Armada. "But now we have a fighting chance." Queen Zixara approached with a strange device. "This contains all our knowledge of the Void Armada. Their weaknesses, their tactics, their technologies." Lieutenant Martinez took the device and began studying it. "They rely heavily on energy shields. But the shields have a fluctuation pattern we might exploit. Their ground forces are strong but slow," Peterson noted, reading over her shoulder. "With our new speed, we could run circles around them." As they planned, more soldiers arrived. By midnight, 50 enhanced humans trained alongside the Nexari. By dawn, the number had grown to 100. Samantha found Bill staring at a map of Earth, plotting defense positions. "Do you think we can win?" she asked quietly. "I don't know," he admitted. "But I do know that humans don't give up easily. And now, thanks to your alien friends, we're more than just humans." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the facility. Kate Wilson's voice came over the speakers. "All personnel to battle stations. The Void Armada has accelerated. First ships entering Earth orbit now." Bill looked at Samantha, then called to his team. "Time's up. We're as ready as we'll ever be." As they rushed to prepare, Queen Zixara made a solemn gesture to Samantha. "Whatever happens next, remember that your world has what ours lacked: unity and diversity. It makes you stronger than you know." Outside the underground facility, the sky darkened as massive ships blocked out the sun. Earth's mightiest warriors prepared to face their greatest challenge, enhanced with alien power but fighting with human heart. The sky turned black as hundreds of Void Armada ships moved into Earth's orbit. They blocked the sun like giant metal clouds. On screens around the world, a face appeared. It belonged to a pale, hairless being with eyes like black pools and skin that seemed to absorb light. "People of Earth," the being said in a deep voice that had been translated into every major language. "I am Supreme War Master Draz of the Void Armada. Your planet harbors enemies of our empire. Surrender them to us, along with half your population for processing, and the rest will be spared." In the command center of the mountain facility, Bill Harris watched the message with his enhanced team and General Summers. "Processing?" the general asked, looking at Queen Zixara. "They use living beings as biological fuel," the alien queen explained. "They extract life energy to power their ships and weapons." Bill stood up. "We're not surrendering anyone." "General, is the President ready to respond?" General Summers nodded. "The world's leaders have agreed. We fight." The President's response was brief. "Earth refuses your terms. We stand united against any threat to our world." Within minutes, smaller ships began to launch from the Void Armada fleet. Bill turned to his team. "This is it. Martinez, coordinate with the Global Defense Forces. Peterson and Murphy, you're with me on the strike team. Johnson and Wilson, monitor communications and provide tech support." Samantha watched as they prepared to board the repaired Nexari ship. "Bill, be careful." He gave her a quick hug. "Keep working on that backup plan with the scientists. We might need it." The Nexari ship, now enhanced with human technology, launched from an underground hangar. It was joined by Earth's most advanced fighter jets, all piloted by enhanced humans. The small fleet looked tiny compared to the massive Void Armada Lieutenant Martinez set up in the Global Command Center, directing forces worldwide. Old defense systems online. Enhanced soldiers in position at key locations. On the Nexari ship, Bill looked at the enemy fleet through the viewscreen. Remember your training. Remember what we're fighting for? The battle began with a blinding flash as the Void Armada fired energy weapons at Earth's major cities. The enhanced planetary shields, created using Nexari technology, absorbed most of the impact, but still flickered dangerously. Shields at 60% and falling, Kate Wilson reported from the base. They're stronger than we expected. Bill's strike force flew directly at the largest enemy ship. Target their main weapon systems first, he ordered. The Nexari ship fired strange blue beams that cut through the enemy's defenses. Earth's fighters followed, launching missiles modified with alien technology. One of the Void Armada ships exploded in a burst of dark energy, then another. The human Nexari forces were making progress. In the command center, Martinez coordinated a brilliant strategy. She used Earth's magnetic field to disrupt the Void Armada's communications. Enemy ships began to fire on each other in confusion. "It's working," she shouted. "Keep pushing." On the Nexari ship, Peterson prepared for the next phase. "Ready to?" "Breach their command vessel, Captain." Bill nodded. "Do it." The Nexari ship fired a special beam that opened a small hole in the enemy ship's hull. Peterson, Murphy, and a team of enhanced soldiers launched themselves through space using special suits. They landed inside the enemy vessel and began fighting their way toward the bridge. Peterson's enhanced strength let him tear through metal doors. Murphy used his camouflage to sneak ahead and eliminate threats. The enemy soldiers, tall, pale beings with black armor, fell before the enhanced humans. Back on Earth, Dr. Johnson and Kate Wilson had hacked into the Void Armada's network. "We're in their systems," Johnson reported. "Uploading the virus now." The virus caused several enemy ships to power down or fire upon their own fleet. For a moment, it seemed like Earth might win. Then the largest ship in the Void Armada moved forward. It was twice the size of the others and shaped like a massive blade. "Energy readings off the charts," Kate reported. "They're charging some kind of super weapon." Queen Zixara watched the screens, her alien features showing what might have been fear, the planet killer. "It can crack a world in half." Bill's voice came through the communications. "We can't reach the bridge. There are too many of them." Samantha looked at Queen Zixara. "What can we do?" The alien queen was silent for a moment, as she straightened to her full height. "There is one option. The core of our ship can be overloaded. The explosion would destroy the flagship, but whoever triggers it cannot escape." "No," Samantha said. "There has to be another way." But Queen Zixara moved toward the hangar where a small shuttle waited. "My people caused this by helping the Void Armada long ago. I will end it." Before anyone could stop her, Queen Zixara and two of her crew boarded the shuttle and launched toward the battle. "Queen Zixara, what are you doing?" Bill demanded over the radio. "Saving your world, Captain Harris," she replied. "Get your team off the flagship now." Bill ordered Peterson and Murphy to retreat. They fought their way back to their entry point and escaped just as Queen Zixara's shuttle crashed into the flagship. For a moment, nothing happened. Then a blue light began to grow from within the massive ship. It expanded rapidly until the flagship exploded in a blinding flash. The shockwave disabled many nearby enemy vessels. On the screens in the command center, a new figure appeared where War Master Draz had been. This one looked similar but had a scar across its face. "This is Commander Vex of the Void Armada. Supreme War Master Draz has transferred to the surface of your world with his elite guard. The battle continues." Satellite imagery showed a smaller ship landing in a remote area of the Brazilian rainforest. Why would he go there? General Summers wondered. Dr. Johnson was already checking data. "There's something buried there. Ancient energy readings unlike anything we've seen." Bill's voice came through the communications. We'll pursue Draz, Martinez, keep coordinating the space battle. Johnson, find out what's in that rainforest. As Bill's team headed toward Brazil, Samantha looked at the screens showing the ongoing battle in orbit. Queen Zixara had sacrificed herself to destroy the flagship, but the war was far from over. The Void Armada is regrouping, Martinez reported. We've heard them, but they still outnumber us. Samantha realized that Earth's fate now rested on what Bill's team would find in the rainforest, and whether they could stop War Master Draz before he activated whatever ancient device lay hidden there. The rainforest was thick and humid as Bill Harris and his team moved swiftly through the undergrowth. Their enhanced bodies let them travel faster than any normal human could. Peterson smashed through fallen trees like they were twigs. Murphy scouted ahead, his camouflaged form barely visible even to his enhanced teammates. Energy readings are getting stronger, Kate Wilson reported through their communication devices. Whatever Draz is looking for, you're getting close. Back at the mountain base, Dr. Johnson studied ancient maps and data from the Nexari archives. There are legends about something buried in this region thousands of years ago. The Nexari called it the World Seed. Samantha leaned over his shoulder. What does it do? It can change a planet's core, he explained. Originally designed to make dead worlds habitable. But if used wrongly, it could destroy Earth from the inside out? Samantha finished. In orbit, Lieutenant Martinez continued directing the battle against the Void Armada. Without their flagship, and with their communications disrupted, the enemy fleet was in disarray. Earth's forces were holding their own, but they couldn't keep fighting forever. We need to end this soon, Martinez told General Summers. Our enhanced soldiers are burning through their energy reserves fast. Deep in the rainforest, Murphy's voice came through the team's comms. Found them, 1 mile ahead. They're digging near some kind of ancient structure. Bill signaled his team to move quietly. As they approached, they saw War Master Draz and about 20 of his soldiers. They were tall, pale beings with black armor that seemed to absorb light. They had uncovered what looked like a metal doorway embedded in stone. That's got to be it, Bill whispered. We need to stop them before they get inside. Peterson cracked his knuckles. I'll take the ones on the left. Remember, we need to capture Draz alive if possible, Bill reminded them. He might be the only one who can call off the fleet. Murphy disappeared into the forest to flank the enemy. Bill and Peterson prepared to attack from their position. At the base, Dr. Johnson suddenly sat up straight. Wait, I think we can use the World Seed against them. How? Samantha asked. If we can reverse its polarity, it might send out an energy pulse that only affects the Void Armada technology. Their ships run on a specific energy frequency. Kate Wilson was already typing commands. I can help with that. We need to get this information to Bill. In the rainforest, Bill was about to give the attack signal when his com buzzed. Captain, don't destroy the device. Johnson's voice came through. We can use it against them. Before Bill could respond, one of Draz's soldiers spotted them. The battle began instantly. Peterson charged forward, taking hits from energy weapons. That would have killed a normal human. His enhanced body healed almost as fast as he was wounded. He plowed through 5 enemy soldiers like a human bulldozer. Murphy appeared behind 2 enemies, taking them down before they knew he was there. His camouflage combined with his speed made him nearly invisible. Bill fought his way toward War Master Draz, who had opened the ancient door and was descending into the earth. Draz is heading inside, he shouted into his com. Johnson, what do I need to do with this device? There should be a central control panel, Johnson explained quickly. You need to reverse the main energy coupling and activate it. I'm sending the sequence to your device now. Bill followed Draz down into the ancient structure. Inside was a chamber that looked nothing like the stone exterior. The walls were made of a smooth metal that glowed with soft blue light. In the center stood a crystal pillar with controls that reminded Bill of the Nexari ship. War Master Draz turned as Bill entered. He was taller than the other Void Armada soldiers, with a face that showed intelligence and cruelty. Human, Draz said, his voice deep and cold. You are too late. When I activate the world seed, your planet's core will collapse. The released energy will fuel our fleet for 1,000 years. That's not going to happen, Bill replied, moving forward. Draz drew a weapon that looked like a black sword but glowed. With energy, your species is young and weak. The Nexari were right to fear us. You should have done the same. They fought in the ancient chamber, moving faster than normal humans could see. Bill's enhanced strength matched Draz's alien power. The energy sword cut Bill's arm, but the wound healed almost instantly. As they fought, Bill noticed the control panel behind Draz. He needed to get to it, but the alien warlord blocked his path. Your queen died for nothing, Draz taunted. We will take your world, then the next, and the next. We serve powers beyond your understanding. What powers? Bill asked, partly to distract Draz and partly out of genuine curiosity. The cosmic architects, Draz replied. Ancient beings who harvest worlds to reshape the universe. Bill saw his opening and took it. He feinted left, then rolled right, coming up at the control panel. Before Draz could stop him, Bill input the sequence Johnson had sent. The crystal pillar changed from blue to red. The entire structure began to hum. What have you done? Draz demanded, his black eyes widening. Change the rules, Bill said. Above them, in orbit, the Void Armada ship suddenly lost power. Their weapons went dark. Their engines failed. It's working, Martinez shouted in the command center. The enemy fleet is dead in the water. The energy pulse traveled outward from the ancient device, affecting only the specific technology of the Void Armada. Their ships, their weapons, even their armor stopped working. Draz stared at his now useless sword. Impossible. Peterson and Murphy burst into the chamber, followed by more enhanced soldiers. It's over, Draz, Bill said. Call off what's left of your fleet? Draz looked at the humans surrounding him. For the first time, there was something like fear in his black eyes. 3 days later, Samantha stood with Bill on a hilltop overlooking the ocean. The sky was clear again, the Void Armada ships gone, either destroyed or escaped after Draz's surrender. What happens now? She asked. We rebuild, Bill replied. The world knows about aliens now, there's no going back. And the enhanced soldiers? The effects will wear off in a few more days. But Dr. Johnson thinks he can make a more permanent version eventually. Samantha looked up at the stars. Draz mentioned these cosmic architects. Do you think they'll come looking for him? Probably, Bill admitted. But next time we'll be ready. In a ceremony at the United Nations, the surviving Nexari were granted asylum on Earth. A monument to Queen Zixara was unveiled, honoring her sacrifice. The technology from both civilizations was being carefully studied and integrated. Humans were venturing into space with new confidence, and deep in a secure facility, Captain William Harris was assembling a new Team Earth's mightiest warriors, dedicated to protecting the planet from whatever might come next from the stars. As Bill looked at the photos of potential recruits, Samantha entered his office. We're getting signals, she said, her eyes bright with excitement, from other alien races who have been hiding from the Void Armada. They want to meet the warriors who defeated Draz. Bill smiled. Tell them we're ready to talk. On his desk, a small piece of Nexari technology glowed softly. Earth had faced its greatest challenge and survived. Whatever came next, they would face it together, humans and aliens united against the darkness between the stars.